Reality. Reality receipts.
Hi guys, welcome back to the Reality Receipts podcast starring me, Storytime with Ricky.
And me, Reality Ashley, and the perfect match day is finally here. I've been waiting since February to use my perfect match cup. Well, I've been using it since then, but now it
Oh,
really
that's so
counts.
cute. That's so cute.
Yes, it was like a Valentine's cup, perfect
Uh,
match, but it works for this show. It's perfect.
yeah,
So we're
that's so
only
cute.
Yes, we're only going to talk about episodes 1 and 2 today. So don't fret if you haven't gotten very far yet. Neither have we. It just came out today. So
Yeah.
just a little like teaser, taster, and then we'll do the rest in a couple days. Give you some time to catch up. And we're also going to do Beyond the Villa, obviously season 1, episode 4. So before we get into all that, we got a little receipt report from the Love Island cast. Season 6 is still going crazy. So what went down today in their world?
Okay, so the latest update is fans noticed earlier today on Kenny's actual Instagram that he had a new link in his bio. So it was really bizarre because when you click that link in his bio, it then takes you to a landing page of photos of Kenny, and tagged on it are like an Instagram, a Twitter, an X account, and a YouTube account. And when you click the Instagram icon, it goes to an Instagram that's not the Kenny Rodriguez page that's been losing followers by the minute. It's this other page. There's 2 posts on it. One is like a collage of photos of Janae, him and Janae, and seemingly a message, I guess, to Janae. And he at Janae in the message, basically saying the synopsis of what he said, because it was a long statement, was like, oh, I didn't say anything racist. I didn't fake anything. Everything was real to me. But sometimes people have to basically exaggerate things and make it worse than it is so that it hurts less. But just know I didn't fake anything, right? And then the second photo was like a fitness photo that was like, oh, don't you know that management, like my other page is ran by management, I guess alluding to maybe saying that the first statement that was put out on his original Instagram was fabricated. And then it was like a lot of activity. So the first post was like, how did you even find this page, right? And then the second post was like a screenshot of a text thread that was like, what did I say that was even racist? And just pictures of Janae, random fitness videos. And the page has had a lot of activity. And so originally people thought, okay, like Kenny's like sending secret messages to Janae through this fake Instagram, because why would this be linked in his actual Instagram?
Yeah.
And then the page started posting really weird stuff, like Kenny's face on like a big BBL bodied girl. So it's like, okay, clearly this is a fake account. And the fake account was like turning off comments, turning on comments, going private, going public, going private, going public, deleting everything, then reposting everything. Just really bizarre. So then when we seen the big booty girl, we're like, oh, okay, the page got hacked. Clearly Kenny's actual Instagram got hacked if somebody was able to put this link in his bio.
Yeah.
And then the page just posted like maybe 5 minutes ago that the second page is hacked and that he's not going to be posting on it anymore. It's just really weird. So it's like, what?
That's
So the
crazy.
second one said, since someone hacked this account, no more posts. Believe what you want. I'm taking a break from social media for my mental health. Things that were said out of anger ended my relationship, not racist comments or clout chasing. Please leave my family alone. This isn't on them. But I don't know. I don't know. So it's not clear if Kenny's actual Instagram got hacked or this fake Instagram got hacked. But if I had to take a guess, I'm going to say that his actual Instagram got hacked, and whoever set up this landing page and this secret Instagram, because it leads to a secret TikTok, a secret Instagram, a secret everything. So my guess is that his actual page got hacked and somebody's pretending to be him on a fake page.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that sounds the most like legitimate, that it probably got hacked and like someone put that link in there. But then it's like we're finding him so weird now that it's like, would he do something like this, right?
Right. That was
Yeah.
my thought. Like, he's so strange that maybe he's just
Pretending he got
kidding.
hacked because he wanted to say some stuff and he can't get away with saying anything right now. So he's like, oh, I'll just pretend I got hacked so I can write what I want to write, like how
Because
I would write it.
wouldn't it
But
be as simple as just logging into your Instagram and deleting that link in your bio? But I guess if you got hacked, maybe you no longer have access
yeah,
to your actual Instagram page. But yeah, that's what's
that,
going on the Janae and Kenny front today. And
mhm.
then obviously in honor of the perfect match coming out, we know that Louis is on the perfect match, and Huda has just been spotted out with Louis. We've seen them at the Grove, some
Yeah.
pictures surfaced of them in the UK. And now they've hard launched, I guess we can call it
Hmm.
a hard launch, by debuting on a red carpet holding hands. So,
Yeah, 2 weeks in. Like most people don't do that even for like a year or so. But when you're trying to get the height of the attention, you need to get out there as fast as you can. So I just, like I've said before, even though I'm not a Huda fan, she doesn't need Louis right now. You know what I mean? Like she's the star. Like there's nothing wrong with him. He's fine, but I just don't feel like she needs to attach herself to anyone right now. Like she should just be focused on all her brand deals and being a star and not like
she's male
mixing.
centered. She can't help
Yes,
but center
you're
herself
you're
around
very right
Leo.
about that. But
Yes.
yeah, it's just shocking to me because I'm like, I wouldn't. There's so much going on for her right now and so busy. You would think that's the last thing that you care about. You've got your daughter, you've got all your brand deals, you've got all this work coming your way. Like, I just wouldn't even waste time with someone else. Because also, can you trust him, right? Like,
No,
what's
you can't. Louis is
no?
about to be facing, like, people are pointing out the fact that Leah, when she reposted that, when we were all so focused on Kenny, but the text said, I guess it's the year of the clout
Mhm.
demons or whatever, and you can't
Yeah,
see who she's talking to. You could just see a text away. Obviously, she's talking about plural, more than one person, and you just followed Louis last week, so clear there might be a connection there because I
yeah.
mean, Louis, you've been on 3 reality TV shows and you just happen to attach yourself to the biggest reality star that's out there right now, and you just had a brand new baby. So what is really
Yeah.
going on? Like,
The whole cast unfollowed, like the whole Love Island season 6 cast unfollowed Louis right after he was spotted with Huda. And I know like they've come out saying it had nothing to do with Huda, but it's like 2 plus 2. It's pretty obvious that maybe they don't necessarily have a problem with Huda at all, but they can see that Louis is a clout chaser, right? And that's not something that they want to attach themselves to at all. So I think
well,
once
people were calling him a clout chaser when he was posting so many videos with Leah Miguel. Because
exactly.
Leah was like this huge star,
Uh-huh.
and she's attached to Miguel, and Louis was like cool and attached by proximity. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah, and I think they probably saw that as a big red flag. Like, wow, when we were at our height of popularity last year, he was all around us, and boom, now here he is with Huda. That's not a coincidence. There's hundreds of these famous, popular reality star girls. Like, he picked her because she's at that peak of popularity, and now I can see why they're finding that to be a red flag for sure.
honestly, and he was seen with her 3 days after she got out of the villa. Like, when did you even meet her? You know what I mean? Like, you guys didn't know each other going into the villa. When did you meet her? When did you know her?
Hmm.
When did you slide in her DM enough to be out at the Grove of all places
Hmm.
holding hands? You know,
And
and
I'm,
it's like it makes me think, like, do y'all have some kind of deal? Because for her it doesn't make sense
yeah,
unless she's trying to
no,
get into proximity of Leah, which I wouldn't put it past her, because she said she was obsessed with the show, which I
yeah,
find so hilarious that you came out on Call Her Daddy saying you're obsessed with the show, but then trying to act in the villa like you didn't know how Love Island worked and you didn't know how the
hmm,
bombshells worked when you
yeah,
clearly did. So I'm like, are you trying to get into proximity to Leah? And that's why you went for Louis? I wouldn't doubt that, because I would imagine that Leah is someone she looks up to. Like, they
hmm,
were both Arab. They both went on the show. They're both really popular. Like, I would think that she idolizes Leah in a sense. And it's like, because otherwise it doesn't make sense. And I'm sure Louis, you could see through a glass. It's clear as day. Like, I'm her
yeah,
type. Like, if you look at Jeremiah, you look at her exes, like, I'm her type. She
hmm,
clearly is, you know, desperate for love. Like, I don't know how to say that in a nice way, but like, she's clearly
yeah.
like longing, I guess, longing for love and like
Hmm.
longing for attention. And, and he saw an opportunity and jumped at it. And I think it's so funny that everyone called Jeremiah a love bomber, but like, you've had 3 men within
Hmm.
not even 2 months, and you've gotten super close to each of them super fast, but they
Yeah.
love bomb you? Like,
Yeah, that's what I'm not understanding is how Louis even got in contact with her and why, out of all the people trying to contact her, that's the one she would go for, you know? And remember when she was on Call Her Daddy, and I think Alex was going through her DMs, right? So I'm wondering if this was a little bit of Alex's pushing or like idea, you know? Like, I know like she
what
obviously,
would be the benefit, right?
no, just of like telling her, because I mean, look, we are talking about it, right? Everyone's talking about it. I think she could have found someone with a little more clout if this is what her plan was, but we are talking about it. And I know like Alex obviously is really close with Harry and she does his podcast. So I don't know how close Harry and Louis are, but I just feel like Alex is really aware of this world and might have just told her like that this would be a good plan for you to be
It
seen with
just
another
doesn't seem
reality
like a
star.
good plan for her at
No.
all. Like, it's not a good plan for you to be seen with anyone right now, considering everything, one, everything you have going on. Two, you were just with the whole world like watched you, excuse my
Mhm.
language, sleep with two men within 6 weeks. It's not a good look at all to be seen out with another man. It's just
Yeah.
not. So, um,
I was just
now
looking
it's a
like
good look for him. Absolutely. It's a good look for
totally.
him because look at him. He's on a red carpet that he probably never would have been invited to. And it's a
Hmm.
great way to promote his new show on Netflix that he's on, you know?
Yeah. I was, because you know how she's been run by that influencer management since before the show even premiered. So I'm just checking to see if they also like manage Louis because I'm like that makes the most sense too. Like if you both have the same PR or something, but they don't
Yeah.
follow him, so I don't know who set this up, but I think they could have found her someone better, like a movie star or something.
I'm sure there were
Not that
quite a
there's anything wrong
few
with Louis, but you know
people
he's great. But
in her DMs. Like the
oh
thing
no,
is it's
there's a dog. But yeah, I mean, I don't feel like this is a long lasting relationship. I think they're both just getting a little PR, but we could be wrong. Who knows? Like we said, they do have the parenting in common now. So maybe that's something they're bonding over. So we'll see what happens. But
yeah.
should we get into our perfect match recap? This will be a spoiler free recap. So don't worry. If you don't want to know any spoilers, we will not mention any in this recap. So
Yeah, this is just purely what happened in the episodes so far. We're only through episodes 1 and 2. So,
yes. So obviously, episode 1 starts off with AD and Sandy. So the thing that stood out to me was AD said she's looking for a man. She described Ollie almost to a T, except she said she needs a man that's paid. So do we know if Ollie is paid? Because I don't know what his job is.
I think he's paid now. Like, I think
Yeah.
he's paid now, like,
Yeah.
because of AD and because of Perfect Match and because of all of the opportunities that have come. It seems as though he's the poster child, but I know that both, right? Like Demi and Charlotte during his season alluded to the fact that he was a brokey.
Yeah. I
So
think,
I don't think he's a
yes.
brokey anymore, but I think
Besides,
he may have been.
yes, but prior to his Netflix career, like what was, do you remember like on Love is Blind what his job was listed as?
No, I
No.
have no idea, isn't it?
I like the mixing of the UK and American, and then I love that. Who said it? Was it Lucy or someone said that the Canadian accent or something was sexy? I'm like, I've never heard that before, but I'll take it. I don't think that we really have that much of an accent, but
Yeah.
Toronto does get called out for having a very specific like twang to it. Like
Okay.
remember that video that was going around making fun of Beldasha and there was that
Mhm.
girl, that one clip that was like talking about a mom in the hoods or something. Oh, I'll have to show it to you. But
You'll
anyway,
have to
it
show
was a
me.
girl from Toronto and she had a really specific way of speaking. So
Yeah.
I don't think Daniel sounds like that though, but
No, I didn't notice an accent on Daniel at all. So
no, he sounds just like no accent to me, but I'm used to the Canadian one, obviously. So I didn't know AD had a she's talking about her boob job. So I'm like, I
yeah.
need her to drop the deets on that because they
Yeah, I
look
didn't know
good.
she
So
had one either. I love that she was like, "Are they real?" And she's like, "No."
yeah,
No, they're
I
not.
couldn't tell. I mean, I
I
don't
couldn't
really
tell
look that
either.
closely, but yeah, I
I
thought
couldn't
they
tell
were
either.
real. So
Me too.
we learn a lot about people on this show. So
Yeah. Yeah.
Big Ben came to the forefront as well. We've heard about him before. We interviewed Bree from Battle Camp. So, oh, breaking news, by the way. Battle Camp is canceled. Did you know that?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I mean, this was an article that came out in like the Mirror or one of those UK tabloids, so definitely a grain of salt, but it's a random thing to make up. So they said it was the most
That they're not,
expensive.
that they're just not going to do it they're not going to do a season 2 of it.
No. So I don't know if that's true, but that's what's going around. Apparently, it was like the most expensive reality show, so it just probably wasn't worth it, I guess. But
Oh, okay.
I liked it because it was nice to have some variety, but maybe they're just gonna. I think it's hard when the show doesn't have like the love aspect to it because we do like that. So I think they
Right. They could,
realized it's
but
just not worth
they
it.
could have fixed that by bringing in like younger, single people. It would have just happened.
I
But
think that
yeah,
just shows how much all of this, like after Perfect Match, the last couple seasons, all the drama that goes down in the interviews and the fights about the relationships, that's really what drives like the audience for it. And they didn't really have that on Battle Camp, so I think you really need
yeah,
that
yeah,
to
for
make it
sure.
popular. Hmm.
Yeah, usually, and like, so Louis, like he says some pretty douchey things in his like intro,
Hmm.
which Louis on Too Hot to Handle and Battle Camp, he didn't come off as douchey, but I think anyone that's usually anyone that talks about their winky is lying, you know what I mean? But we just like in talking about just how big it is and how amazing it is, that usually means that they fucking suck.
Hmm.
But we know for a fact that Big Ben lives up to his reputation because we did
Yes.
interview Brie from Battle Camp and Too Hot to Handle, and she did let us know that Big Ben it's not an urban legend. It's
No, it lives up to the nickname. She saw it live and in person, and she said it is, in fact, Big Ben. So
right. Well, you can't let
she
that be
would
your
know.
whole personality, Louis. How about that?
Yeah, I know. I feel like when they come from Too Hot to Handle, they really like lead with that. And you do see him a few times in the conversations be like, wait, I'm trying not to be like that. I want to be a gentleman, but I think he just can't help himself. So
Yeah.
something else I found interesting was like Ollie said in his intro how he was like, I came here to not have feelings and just grab like the baddest bitch and go to the finish line. And I'm like, there's no cash prize. Like what? The finish line is going on a vacation with the person. Like the point is the feelings. That's what they're there for. So I was so confused. A few of them said stuff like
The
that. And I'm like,
airtime. I think we're underestimating how much these people want airtime. Airtime
mhm,
means followers. Followers mean brand deals. Brand deals mean money. We just said how he didn't have no job.
true. But yeah, I'm just
Like,
laughing how a few of them just kept being like, I think Carrington said it as well, where he was like, "Oh, I am so jealous of Juliet. Like, she has all these people to pick from. Like, I just want to get to the end." And I'm like, "This is not like Love Island where you can win some money. Like, getting to the end, you literally have to go on a trip with this person. So you don't want to
right.
just go with a random person to the end. But it's apparently they're not stopping
Airtime.
them.
It's the airtime for
Yeah,
sure. Yeah.
yeah. So, what did you think about Clayton? Because this is your first introduction to him. So,
Yeah. What the hell was he on?
The Bachelor.
Oh, Clayton. I'm confusing him with
Cody.
Cody.
Right.
So
Cody
I
was.
think Clayton
No,
so
go with
far
Clayton
is he's
first.
the one that was wearing the oranges.
Yeah, though. I think Madison called him the orange tree or something. He's a big guy. Like, he's
Big guy,
very
big guy,
large.
big guy. Yes. So and he's coupled up with Juliet.
Yes.
Yes. So
So,
I originally thought that Clayton, like right now, I'm not getting like asshole bastard loser. I'm getting more like, he's coming off as very passive, very quiet. He's not showing his ass yet, so he's hard to read. Now,
mhm,
Cody, this episode, so in this episode, and again, I really think that they need to figure out their like gaming system. So we see
mhm.
first night, we see everybody trying to couple up, but everybody's going to end with a match. They don't have to go home. So we see Cody ends up with Madison,
Madison.
right? They play a little game and everybody couples up.
Hmm.
We have how many couples? Five?
There's AD and Ollie,
AD and Ollie,
Sandy and Louie,
Sandy and Louie,
Clayton and Juliet,
Clayton and Juliet,
Madison and Cody,
Madison and Cody.
Lucy and Daniel.
Lucy and
Is that
Daniel.
everyone?
Okay, so
Yeah.
Lucy and Daniel are cute.
Mhm.
Yeah, they're cute. Boom,
You don't.
they're cute.
You're not a Lucy fan, right? Like, see, I like.
Not that I'm not a
It's,
Lucy fan. It's just I think her banter in episodes 1 and 2 I didn't find funny. Like I was just like her banter's kind of annoying, but maybe it will she'll I'll warm up to her like, in the
Mhm.
coming episodes. I just think these first 2 episodes I didn't really
She
get
wasn't your
it.
cup of
it
tea.
it wasn't my cup of tea, so I'm not gonna drink it.
Yeah.
So, but a scene that really stuck out to me before they all coupled up was Juliet, like
Yeah.
trying to, like, she was so drunk. First of all, what I will say is I didn't know that Louis was 23. Like that's really, really
Oh.
young, really,
Hmm.
really young. So Sandy was saying, oh, like, I like a guy that pursues me and like wants me, but Louis was very realistically about to couple up with Madison.
Hmm.
Like if that conversation would have kept going, he would have coupled up with Madison, but Sandy interrupted the conversation and then Louis ended up coupling up with Sandy.
Hmm.
I don't really know how that's you him pursuing you. That's you
Yeah.
pursuing him. And
Uh-huh.
then Madison can't, I guess she can't catch a break. She goes and she's talking to Clayton, and Juliet's drunk ass comes stumbling up the stairs like, I hate to interrupt, but like,
That was so
okay, I'm gonna let you
awkward.
guys finish. And it's like, it's almost like they said they were gonna couple up, except he was like, do you want to couple up? And she was like, yeah. And then, but it never said, okay, matched. Like she
Yeah.
just walked off and he went to Juliet and then she coupled up with Cody's weird ass. So I'm like, they had agreed to couple up before
Yeah.
Juliet even came into the conversation. So what the fuck happened?
I know that was weird. I thought that was them agreeing to be a match, but I guess they didn't get to that point because Juliet kept interrupting. So I think Juliet thought it was The Bachelor because that's what they do on The Bachelor. They're always interrupting the conversations,
Can
but
you say no? Can
you
you say
can,
no?
but it gets painfully awkward the way that this one did. Like it gets really and like at the second like someone hinted that they didn't want you to interrupt, wouldn't you just like run off? But the fact that she just stood there and like
Did run off and then came
came
back.
back. She was like, I'm not letting this go. So
Well, because she knew what was about to happen. She knew that. But what I don't understand is, isn't Juliet the one who was like maybe interested in Clayton? So even if, I mean, Clayton, uh, Cody, like, so wouldn't
mhm,
you just go couple up with Cody? Like, because
yeah,
Madison's better than me, because I would have been like, no, you can't interrupt. We just told you that we want to finish having our conversation. So
yeah,
eat it. Like,
yeah. And on The Bachelor, like it does get awkward like that sometimes where they're like, go away and then they won't go away. So Madison was like, whatever. I don't think she was that into Clayton, you know? I think she was like not sure about matching with him. So maybe she was happy to have that chance to get out of it. So,
maybe.
but then she ended up with Cody.
Right. And
Hmm.
see, so the thing is it seemed to me she ended up with Cody. Things seemed to be going well. All we seen was them have that challenge and then I mean go to bed that night and then have that challenge. And they won the
Hmm.
challenge and they had good chemistry during the challenge, but then we hear her saying stuff in the confessionals like his mouth isn't his favorite part of her, like
Hmm.
he needs a tongue scraper, basically saying his breath stank.
I
And
think
I'm like,
that was,
what happened?
I think those confessionals must get done after what ended up happening because she was definitely like a little angry towards him in those confessionals. But we saw her when they were having that little chat on the date, like she asked him for a kiss. So I think things were fine then. I think when she said that, that must have come after everything went down because she was angry about him.
What did I miss? Like, where's the smoke coming from?
Well, I think his general demeanor and energy was weird. Like he was very desperate and like pushy and clingy. And I think that she was like in the challenge, they seemed fine. Like I think she was feeling him a little bit. That first night when they were talking, he seemed fine. But then you could tell like once they got to the date, he was just so pushy and like clingy and worried like that I just think he like turned her off. So
Okay, maybe because I'm like I felt like there was a disconnect with what was going on screen and like her reactions because it seemed to me like they were good and then one second they're good and then it's like cuz how are you you're right cuz in the confessional she said something about his mouth but then asked to kiss him on the date. So
Yeah.
I'm like I don't really know where this energy is coming from. Like, what happened to turn her off because even though she sent herself on the date then it was like when Juliet expressed an interest in him, it was like, I want him out the house. Like, I don't even want
Yeah.
him here. Like, and then she's like, she made a statement that I wrote down because I was like, what did he do? Like, to make you like feel so strongly about him, like in
Well,
a
I
negative
think,
way.
yeah, I think when, like, it was clear when, 'cause obviously, so what, they went to the boardroom, Madison sent herself on a date with Freddie. Like, you wouldn't do that if you were feeling Cody. So
Right.
it's
That's
clear
what I'm
she was
saying.
trying
Yeah.
to
Like,
get away from
yeah, because
him.
she wanted to stomp him with her heel. And I'm
Yeah.
like,
I think what must have happened is like because she was out on the date with Freddie for a while, right? So Cody would have been back in the house, and you could tell when that part came with Nick Lachey, like talking to them, you could tell how like angry and bitter Cody was about it with the little comments. So I'm wondering if like more happened that we didn't see. Like obviously he was there for a few hours, probably talking shit about her. I don't know if the girls told her,
to
but
me,
you could
it
tell
was
she was.
annoying that he was trying to act so locked in after a few hours.
Yes.
That was annoying. Like, I'm
Yeah.
really feeling her. Like, I have really strong feelings for her. Like, yeah,
Mhm.
like things are amazing. Like, I just, I don't see like the sun don't shine nowhere else. And I'm like, well, you've only known her for a few hours. So that
Yeah.
is can tie into like the overbearing, like trying to do too
Mhm.
much too fast. But also, fast forward to episode 2, Madison did the same thing with Freddie. So I'm
Yeah.
like, that's what annoyed me about Clayton was like, I mean, why do I keep calling this man Clayton Cody?
Cody. Yeah. He
That's what
got
annoyed me
too
about
locked
Cody
in.
was I was like, you're trying to act so locked off with Madison to cut her off from any
Hmm.
other options. And like, you've literally been coupled up with a girl for less than a day
Yeah.
but then it's like she did the same thing with Freddie. So I'm like, I
Hmm.
don't I just
Yeah.
didn't know where her smoke for him came from.
Yeah, she definitely seemed like she just wanted him out of the house. And so that's what makes me feel like something must have happened that we didn't see because what was she? Because if you just like didn't like him and you picked Freddie, you'd be like, oh, whatever. Like, I don't care what he does now. But it seemed
Yeah,
like they had a lot of beef going on there. So,
for sure.
but
Something
he
happened.
did. Yeah, I mean, he did give weird vibes because then when he talked to Juliet the next day, he was acting like the same with her, where she was like, "Okay, you're
Oh,
giving desperate." So
yeah, like smell but that he was giving desperate because what was he on,
he
Cody?
just wanted
He
Temptation
and he
Island.
didn't get no airtime there because I don't remember
No,
him from Temptation Island, and you're not getting any
no,
airtime here. So clearly, the women can feel that you just want to stay in this house for the airtime, which,
yeah,
even though that's what we're all here for, you need to make it a little less obvious.
yeah. He was getting too like panicked about leaving, and it's like
Yeah.
you just
Yeah,
have to.
I'd sense that with Juliet, and I guess it's like I maybe I need to go back and watch, but I didn't sense that in like the first episode with him and Madison, but I
Mhm.
noticed like okay, you're trying to act like locked in with her, and it's like it's not even giving that yet, but well,
Yeah,
it backfired on his ass because he got sent home. So
yeah. Well, I think they don't go home though. They like go back to the
right,
pool.
because
And I
yeah,
don't think they usually mention that, but they did mention it this time where they're like, "Oh, if I come back in, like I'm gonna do this." Like, what did you think of Carrington? He's kind of
I thought he was another one that was trying
boring.
too hard.
Yeah,
Boring and also desperate
yeah,
to be there, right?
yeah.
I'm gonna do whatever I have to do. I'm gonna game everyone up. I'm gonna love bomb the shit out of these girls. I'm gonna give compliments left and right. And then when he
Really?
realized he was going home, he's like, next time I come in, I'm gonna go Google compliments. Like, do you think that compliments is what's gonna make a girl choose you? Like,
No.
it just gave corny and it gave desperate. So, and I think the women saw that. I was kind of pissed that Freddie wasn't a OG, I guess, technically. I
Yeah.
mean, he came in the first night, but still, like, why wasn't he an OG? I feel like he should have definitely been an OG over Cody or people we don't know.
Yeah. I think it's because they need that like person to get kicked off. You know what I mean? Like they needed someone that matches up right away for it to be like, no, this isn't right for me, right? Like if they had Freddie and Madison like right away, there wouldn't have been any of that drama in the first episode. Like you need someone that's not gonna
Gonna
be a good
switch. You
match.
need
Yeah,
somebody that's gonna switch
be a
because what
mess. Yeah,
happens is people just start coupling with
yeah,
people
yeah.
and not switching, and then you just have the same couples over and over again.
Yeah, I thought it was weird when Clayton and Juliet went back to the room and he was like, we should practice like kissing so we don't look weird or awkward out there. And I was like, that just
Yes.
felt like scripted a little, like not scripted by the show, but like him scripting it of like, let's act like we like each other, let's practice. Like, what? Like, when you just kiss someone if you like them? That was a little weird that they
Yes.
showed that.
And AD and Ollie, I can definitely see why they have a baby on the way. Like they cannot keep their hands off each other. He's always got a handful of her ass in
Yeah.
his hands. And then did you see that scene where it was like he grabbed her neck and then threw her on the bed? Did you see that?
No, I missed that.
Grabbed her neck
No.
and like threw her on the bed. Like so, and then the next day was the challenge of like who likes what. And I think he got it
That
wrong.
got,
He said like choking or something. And I'm like, okay, you guys like literally just did it. But I definitely see why you guys have a baby on the way. It's giving that. I mean, I don't want to make assumptions, but it's giving like they slept together already. Like, you know what I mean? Like we're
oh
only
yeah.
5 days in. It's giving that they slept together night 1 or 2, which who cares? That's her husband now, her soon to be husband and her soon to be father of her child. But it was, it to me, I was like, okay, they're like
Mm,
very sexual very quickly. Like he's always got her ass in his hand.
yeah.
Cute. I love a touchy-feely guy. But what did
Um,
you think about, which we're hopping to the end of episode 2 here, but we're just gonna hop around. What did you think of Ollie like really pushing for Alex to come into the come
Well, I
into the
wanted to talk about the game though. Are we gonna go back and talk about the
Oh,
game
okay, let's
because
talk about the game. But I just really want okay, yeah, let's talk about the game. Let's talk about
because
the game.
they really skipped past Ollie saying, you know, when they had those like sayings at the very first
Oh,
one.
because we had 2 games. We had the sucking game, the pucker up or
Yeah,
puck
that was the
her.
first
That
episode.
was yeah, nobody cares about that one. But we
But
got some juicy details about Freddie's sex life and
yes,
they
I know.
wrote
I
them
was
all
like,
down.
was it hard for you to watch him kissing Madison? And no.
It's
Okay.
like obviously like I love him, but it's playful, right? Like I
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
like actually
you're not gonna like.
slide down a wall. No, no.
Okay. No bunny boiling or anything like
No, but
that.
no, Ashley, let's just say there's never been a man that I
That's
wanted that
not
I
you.
couldn't have, okay? There's never been a man that I actually wanted real bad and didn't get. So we'll just leave
I
that there.
I fully believe that. So it's
um,
more he doesn't live in this country, so that's really what the problem is. So he can't. I don't even know. It's weird that they put UK and USA people because, like, yeah, what are you gonna do?
I
Anyways,
mean,
long term.
you make it work. Look at AD and Ollie. But yeah, what did you I kind of wanted to hear the answers to all of the questions. And I hate
Yeah,
when they do that where they only show some because I feel like at least the interesting questions, like we want to
mhm,
know what answer was what answer.
yeah. Well, at the very first one, I can't remember what it was, but it was like what your like opening line is or something with someone, and
Make
all
me
these
fall in
was
love with you. Yeah.
yeah, and his was you'll do. You know that really bad one. He was standing under it, but they never
Yeah.
like acknowledged it. They like skimmed past
Yeah,
that,
and
and I was
Freddie's in that one was I like you better than my ex. Maybe it's some UK banter that we don't get.
I think so because we talked about that last episode where all he does sort of like yeah he comes across as like he's making fun of her, but that's
Yeah,
just their
just like
banter.
in the apron, he was like, "This isn't my get up, it's yours."
Yeah, he has a lot of jokes, which you know I. Do you think watching these I've only seen 2 episodes. So I don't know what happens after this, but watching these 2 episodes, if they weren't engaged and having a baby right now, don't you think we'd be like roasting Ollie? Like I'm not really like a fan of him after watching this.
Oh, no, no, no. No, no,
Okay.
no, no, no.
'Cause
I'm
I'm
not.
like,
I'm not. And that's the thing. And that's the thing is like that's why people need to just let people have their opinions
mhm,
because we shouldn't feel like we can't say we don't like what we're seeing in Ollie because people are instantly going to jump to, oh, you're a hater. Let AD be happy. Like AD, and but if AD and Ollie were not engaged right now, people would have a different perspective of what they're viewing and what they're watching.
mhm,
And what I'm watching, I'm like, oh, I don't like his humor. I don't like that. I don't
no,
like that. It, you know, it's seems like he really wanted Alex to come into the house for
Yeah.
himself. It seemed like he wanted her for himself,
That
but like
whole boardroom was bad. Like they obviously have a lot of passion for each other, like you said, sexually, and
early
then
on, yeah.
the fighting too. Like you can definitely tell they have one of those like fight make up relationships. And I don't know if that works long term, like 10, 20 years. Like they haven't even been together for a year yet, but like I just that little boardroom fight, like obviously they knew each other for like a day or two at that point, but it was very like they were very spicy with each other already over another
Yeah.
girl, which I thought was interesting because
I just thought it was
he,
interesting because it seemed like he wanted to bring Alex in for
yeah,
himself, and she kind of called that out, like, "You want to bring her in for yourself because you keep putting her up here." And then when she was like, "Well, what if you're her physical type?" He was like, "That would be bad." Like, why would that be bad?
that
Like, your
was
answer
so
should be
funny.
actually that wouldn't matter because
Uh,
I'm with you. Like, you know what I mean?
uh,
Like, why would you be like that would be bad? But wait, let's circle back to the game and some of those
uh,
answers that they gave. Let's see. Oh, the comment from Madison that I didn't understand about Cody was "you disgust me" by, and I was like, what did he do to disgust her? But okay.
mhm,
Let's see. Oh, what I had written down about Cody before he got let out of the house was I think
mhm.
he messed up with Juliet is when he said something about she would make him smile with his
Oh,
out.
yeah. Yeah. That's why I'm like, he's just a weirdo. This is
Weird.
why so far to this point and on Love is Blind, I have a hard time like not liking Madison because the guys that she's pissing off are weird. Like on Love is Blind, it was Alex. I'm like, I don't really care that she's being weird to him. And now with this Cody guy, I'm like, I'm not taking his side in this. He's really weird. So I
Yeah,
just,
he
you
is
know.
desperate for sure. He is giving desperate for sure. But like I
Hmm.
said, just as a viewer, it seemed kind of strange that she would be disgusted with him and want him out the house. And it didn't seem like anything happened to warrant that type of response.
Hmm. Well, and he
Um,
said to Juliet, like, you would make me smile with my dick out. Like, maybe he
that
was
was
saying
weird.
more stuff like that that we
That was
didn't see.
weird. Like, what are you even saying? And she was even like, "What do you mean smile with your like?"
Yeah.
Boy. Okay, so Big Ben, foot long like a subway. Wet dream was
Yeah.
Freddie.
Yeah.
That's what he would use to describe womb raider, hammerhead, and safe and secure, which is so boring.
Yeah. That was,
Clayton.
yeah. Spice it up,
Juliet's gonna
Clayton.
dump him the second she can. Like,
Yeah. I thought it was funny that Ollie's was Womb Raider. And then wasn't there a point, I was trying to make a clip and I couldn't find it, but isn't there a point where AD said something about a garden or something? Or
yes,
the
she named
garden that she wanted?
his name for himself was womb raider, and
Yeah.
her name for herself, I
It was
wrote
like
it
a
down,
garden or something
Lady
that needs,
Garden, and it
yeah.
said fertilize me, which is
Yeah.
okay. What do you think of that?
I think they both have some kind of like pregnancy fetish, and it all makes sense now because they both kept talking about like, yeah, wombs and fertilizing and
When she said garden fertilize, I was like, she has like a pregnancy fetish, but I didn't even realize that his name for his penis was
womb
but I
raider.
think his meant he didn't mean womb like baby womb,
No, I know,
being
but
nasty. He
yeah, yeah.
meant like, but hers is
But still,
pretty.
using the word womb, it that's where the babies go. So
But I think he's trying to say that his thing
yeah,
is
yeah,
so big that he's going to be in your
yeah.
room. Like
No,
he
I
gonna
get
be
it.
up in that thing.
Yeah.
But I do think that hers, Lady Garden, fertilize me,
Hmm.
that's just blatantly like,
Yeah, fertilize. There's not many other words for that.
why
So
would you name your vagina that? Okay.
can you
Um,
imagine? Like, I think it's really cute that their daughter one day will see how they met, but like, this is what she's gonna see. I don't want to see my parents
God,
talking about womb raiding and
good. If you had
strangling
to
and
name your vagina
fertilizing.
Ashley, what would it?
No, I'm too old for that and too married. Although, have you ever seen that? Have you ever seen that like airport meme where it's like they're like patting you down, like, do you have any explosives on you? And like, no, just this bomb ass pussy. Like that's funny. That's not a nickname, though.
That's your name for yours. Gotcha.
No. You tell me you're the one that's single, and I don't know if we have many male listeners, but they might be
We don't have
interested.
any male listeners.
No,
What,
maybe like,
what did you think of Freddie when they
no,
said?
don't bypass it. I want to hear your name.
I'm not giving you
The
a
people
name.
are waiting. Oh, come on.
A select few who know. If you know, you know. Wait. They said for the men to describe an animal that they're like in the bedroom,
Right.
and my sweet Freddie said a Dachshund.
Yeah, that was
Dog.
weird. The
A
dog.
wiener dog, right?
Yeah.
Because he's sweet and long. I don't know if he means
Mhm.
like his intimacy is sweet and the session is long, or if he meant like his thingy thing
Yeah.
is long. An elephant, Louis, of course.
Mhm.
Which is clever because they say elephants never forget. So it's not
Right.
only like a big joke. Okay.
Yeah.
A lion. Two people picked lion, which means
Yes.
stupid. And then they didn't show what the other one was, but I know two people picked a lion, an
Yeah.
elephant,
Some
and
of
just
them they left out, but
a gorilla. Somebody picked a
right.
gorilla. But what I noticed in this scene is that every time Nick Lachey, and this is why, and not to say that they were cheating, but this is why I think Ollie and AD won. If you watch the scene, every time Nick Lachey read Ollie's response, the one that belonged to him, he made a face or a laugh or a gesture or whatever. And I think that that was a sign to AD that that was his answer, right?
Oh,
So
well,
he
they
told her to pick
cheated.
that one.
Uh-huh.
Because I
Also,
noticed that he'd be like, like when, like this one, when it was like lion and he read his, he was like, like, you know
okay,
what I mean?
I'm
Like
gonna
because when you go back and look, AD got 4 right. They
uh,
won because of AD, not because of Ollie. Ollie only got 2 right, but yeah,
right.
he makes some type of facial expression or laugh and I think that was like a signal to
Mhm.
like it. Obviously, he picked up
Yeah.
on it, and AD was probably doing the same thing, but he didn't fucking pick up on it. But
I thought
oh, okay, yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say Vanessa caught some strays when Nick Lachey was like, just because you're having sex, you don't get a blowjob. So I'm
Yeah,
like,
you definitely not getting one now.
no. I mean, he's not wrong, but as a married person,
He's
it is
not
facts,
wrong.
but
Just say. What? Okay, so for Freddie saying that the meal he would make is like pasta, candles, and red
right.
wine, and all the
Uh-huh.
girls picked that one. I think all the other guys,
Yes.
some guy put steak and eggs up there. I was like, my favorite food is pasta. Did you know that? Would you look
Oh,
at that?
he like Madison said, he's written by a woman, so
Yes. Yes. Yeah, I'll leave that there. Freddie picking, look, I only have Freddie's answers left. Freddie picking a good way. These are tips. I'm writing down tips and tricks that a good way to when he is having a rough day, he comes home, maybe a lot of people died at his funeral home. He wants a hot
that's a
meal, hot sex. I just wrote hot meal and hot sex, but I know it was hot something else. Hot shower, hot meal, hot sex.
yeah. Uh,
Now I know how
you
to
can do that.
how I can
Next
yeah,
time
that was
he's
AD
in LA, just be like, I'm just about to hop in the shower and
pick a hot meal. Um
if you wanna, yeah.
so the kinky fetishes,
Lucy
what
really,
Lucy, why would she put that? Why would she so there were 2 chokes,
yeah.
a vibrating butt plug, being called a good girl, and then what was the 5th one? Oh, being dominated.
Yeah, yeah.
And so
I think Lucy was the freakiest one, I
yeah,
guess.
freaky. Yeah, which, and I guess, like, how do you do that if you have 2 people who have the same answer? Like, AD had the same answer. That's why I was confused that Ollie got that one wrong. I'm like, you
Yeah.
just choked her. But Freddie picked being called a good girl, which was Madison. So that means he likes to talk in the
Uh-huh.
bedroom.
It's like a praise fetish or something, right?
A
I mean, I've
praise
not looked
fetish.
into this. I don't know.
Okay. Well,
I didn't expect this recap to be so
spicy.
spicy.
The
Yeah.
episode was spicy. I was like, because you obviously think of like your answer, right? Like, I don't
Yeah.
know, which one would I pick? Or and it's like to me, I was trying to think like, are they picking? Are you picking because you think your that's what you think your
Yeah.
partner answered, right? Because that would be the point of the game if you want to win. Or are
Yeah.
you picking what you like?
Uh-huh. We're
You
definitely
know.
getting the E on this episode, so there's no
But
avoiding
yeah,
it this time.
Freddie says the being called a good girl. So Madison said she likes that, and Freddie
Hmm.
said that's what he picked. So I don't know if like that means he's into that. But a
I
praise
think,
fetish. There's nothing
yeah,
wrong with a praise fetish.
I think they were picking what they thought their partner would do. Because remember, or maybe not, because there was that one answer, I think it was Lucy, where she was like, "Oh, I didn't
I
think you
knew it
would
would.
say that," or
Mhm.
something. Yeah,
Yeah.
something. Yeah.
Yeah,
Who
Lady
knows?
Garden. So AD's is the only one that we got to actually know what the name was because they didn't
Yeah.
show any of the other girls. Oh, I guess AD's Lady Garden. Oh yeah, that's what she would name her vagina. And then the animal that she picked, again, they didn't show all the girls. They only showed hers because it didn't
Uh-huh.
match with Ollie. She said a panther.
Hmm.
Oh, and Lucy matched with Freddie the most. She had
Yeah.
picked the most of his answers, and if you know, you know, because we know that we saw Lucy and Freddie at the Netflix summer break party, and they was
Uh-huh.
definitely handsy, and there was something going on there. We didn't see a kiss, we didn't see
Uh-huh.
anything physical. We know Lucy got a man, but there was some
But we
hand
don't know who
on
her
Freddie.
man is, or do we?
We don't know who her man is, but
I
it,
wonder because
whoever
you know
her
in
man
that
is, you better fucking watch.
get her back to the UK. Wait, no, that's where Freddie is, so that does not
Yeah,
help.
they have that little connection, and then yeah, I mean he was just very handsy. Like hand was around the waist, gripping the waist, on the waist. So maybe
He did
something
that to
happened
you too, though.
off camera. Um,
He
yeah,
had a few crushes, maybe. But okay, did you think going back to the end or going ahead to the end, do you
uh-huh.
think that was weird? So do you think Ollie was just fighting so hard for Alex to come in because that's his type? Or because that was weird when AED wanted QT to come in and he was like, that's not Louis' type. Like that was weird, right? Like
I
how
do
does he
think that
know
was weird.
Louis' type
You
that
don't know
hard?
Louis' type because
No.
if you've paid attention, and who knows, because all of these now, especially with all this Kenny news coming out, you could fake it just for the sake of the show. But I think Battle Camp was a show where there was no romantic connection, so there was no need to fake it. But I thought it was very weird that Ollie was so adamant that QT was not Louis' type because
Yeah.
if you watch Too Hot to Handle, Louis was with Christine, who is a lighter skinned black woman, and he was with Brie, who is a black woman. So why would you just automatically assume that QT would not be his type? She could have
Yeah.
very well been his type, you know?
I feel like he was speaking for himself a little bit there. Like QT's not his type and Alex is his type. But then like, AD is obviously his type and
And we
we've
see
had we
later down the line, Justine is very much his type,
yeah.
you
So
know?
I don't know what that was about cuz I'm like maybe he just found Alex attractive or maybe Louis told him like try to get a girl like this or like that or maybe it was just that AD's friends with QT and he felt like he wouldn't have a chance there then if they're friends.
She wanted to bring her friend in the house. I think that was
Yeah.
obvious. And
Hmm.
then I think Ollie did want to bring Alex in because he wants to probably see her in person and meet her because she's
Hmm.
hot. But I do
Yeah.
think that he was trying to shake up the house because it's like
Hmm.
that's going to make a show, that's going to be a good because he knows Louis has a wandering eye and he can't stick to one person. So he's like, yeah, like that's going to shake up the house. That might actually mean that Sandy's going home soon because if anyone's going to jump ship, it's Louis, you know.
Yeah. And I don't know. I don't really see Louie and Sandy. Do you? Like I just don't see I didn't realize they're the same age though. Like she's only 24.
No,
They're
she's
very young.
27.
Oh,
She
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 is?
said it on
I
the
thought
show
she
like
said I thought she said 24 and I was shocked because yeah, I'm
no.
like I don't remember her being that young,
She
but
said
okay,
27 or
that makes sense.
28. I can't remember, but when Louis said his age, she was like, "Oh my God, you're a baby."
Yeah.
So she's like 27 or 28.
Oh, okay, yeah,
I
that's what I
don't see
thought.
that being a thing. I don't see that being a thing. And I'm
No.
so confused where they keep saying like we have a deep connection, we have a deep connection because it's like it's been a day, 2 days.
Yeah.
They were saying it after a day or two, so.
Yeah, it just seems more like flirty talking, but I don't see it like lasting at all, but we'll see. So, any other notes before we get into Beyond the Villa?
Let me see. Oh,
Yeah.
I just wrote some of. I'm not going to say Freddie's name anymore for the rest of this podcast episode, but I just thought it was really funny when because I feel like I talk about him too much. Um,
He is the
are you?
star of the
Because I was
show.
like, are you saying this because because when Madison was trying to like declare her love to him, he was like, are you saying this because two girls are going?
Yeah.
I thought it was really funny.
Yeah.
But I did write that how everyone talks about how sweet and kind he is.
Mhm.
I did say why isn't QT Louis type, which we touched on with
Yeah. I
Alex.
wrote.
Um,
Hmm.
and I wrote that Louis was with Brie and Christine. Ollie wants Alex in the house. Alex liked Breon. Ollie looks better than Breon, so Ollie might actually be Alex's type.
Hmm.
But yeah, in the episode 2 ended with him just being like, "It's awfully hot in here." Like, "Oh yeah, I bet it fucking is, sir." So
Yeah, in case you missed our Netflix party tea video, we had a nice chat with Alex. She's really nice, and she did confirm that the threesome did happen, so it was
mhm.
not just for TV. So, little insider tea, but I mean, I guess they showed the threesome. But we, some people questioned, did that happen? But she
Yeah,
said it did. So,
yeah,
but yeah, the fight. Well, it wasn't really a fight, but the Ollie and AD boardroom conversation. I was like, this is red flags to me, and I think like what we've heard about this season is obviously coming true. We heard they had a really bumpy ride, that at one point, you know, well, we won't say any spoilers, but we'll, as we talk about it,
yeah.
we'll have
Just
more to
watch our
say.
spoiler. Just watch our Perfect Match T video. It has
Yeah.
some good stuff in there. So
Yeah, I
watch.
guess it's not really a spoiler to, for Ollie and AD to say they obviously
Had a bumpy
are
ride.
a
Yeah,
thing because we know that now. So,
yeah.
but
That's
yeah,
not a spoiler.
we
Yeah,
heard it was a bumpy ride, and so far, 2 episodes in, it is a bumpy ride. So
yeah.
we're
But some
locked in.
people
I'm,
will look at that fight in the boardroom and say it was playful. You know what I
yeah.
mean? People will look at it and be like, "Oh, it was playful," because
Mhm.
they want to look at it like glass half full or whatever.
Yeah.
But
But yeah, the things that we've heard, like obviously on our T video, we also talked about apparently Ollie made AD unfollow Marshall. So I feel like jealousy might be a theme of their relationship
mhm,
outside of the show, like in real life. So
yeah,
we'll hopefully hear more about that. But yeah, so far I see the jealousy already. So,
yeah,
but they're engaged, they're having a baby. So what is there to be jealous of, right?
right.
They're locked
Got
in. So,
your
and I'm
man,
locked
girl.
in to
I'm
this show.
locked in.
Yeah, I was like, I ran out of time. Like, I don't, we only planned to do 2 episodes, but I was like, I'm gonna watch ahead, but then I ran out of time. But I'm like excited to go back and watch more. Even though we
Same,
know some things, I'm like, I'm
same,
enjoying these people. They're entertaining. So,
same.
speaking of not entertaining though, Beyond the Villa. I mean, I'm liking the show, but it's, what are you thinking? We're on episode
Um,
4.
I think everyone, I'm pretty sure their ratings this week are super high. I think
Yes.
like everyone's looking with a new set of eyes, right? So we did
Mm-hmm.
get a lot of PPG this episode, which I think people are enjoying. And
Mm-hmm.
obviously, the conversation that sticks out from this episode is the conversation that Serena, Leah, and Janae are having about how Kenny told her that he didn't want to live with her, and how
Mm-hmm.
Janae was crying about it, and how she felt stupid and embarrassed, and she thought they were going to live together, and both Serena and Leah thought it was weird. So I think it's interesting
Yeah.
watching that conversation now, knowing what we know, watching a lot of the conversations, because even the dog, I was like, you're faking, you're lying, you don't love this dog, you're just pretending to love this dog because saying you love this dog is going to make people like you. So
Uh-huh.
everything just seemed overly fake. Like I'm like literally zoned, like
Yeah.
not looking at nobody else, is looking at Kenny like,
So true.
yeah,
Now he looks so different. Like our first couple of recaps, we were blaming it on he's just not comfortable in this world. That's why he's acting this way. And now we know what we know, watching it, it's like no, he just doesn't like her, and it's so obvious now. And obviously, we don't can't blame Janae at all because we were all fooled, and her friends were fooled, and her family. But yeah, it did seem like he was soft launching the breakup. He's not moving in with her, and he was you can only like she believed that he loved her because they were literally sleeping together every night and always together, but he wouldn't take those steps, and it's
fostering a
like
dog is like a huge. Why would you foster a dog with somebody?
Mhm.
and you don't plan on being with them long term. And it's really sad to
Yeah.
see her being like, oh, this is like an important way to, fostering this dog is like, we're gonna, how are you gonna, if you can't hold a dog, how are you gonna hold a baby? And it's like,
Hmm.
she fully was planning her life with this man and he had no intention on being with her ever. Like, no
No.
few, like, and I don't mean to keep bringing up my Love Island season 6 recaps, but in
Uh-huh.
my recaps I said she keeps talking about future plans with him, meeting his
Hmm.
mom, doing this, doing that, and he, whenever she mentions something like that, does not reciprocate. He doesn't respond to it. He
Uh-huh.
goes mute. He does, and I kept saying, "You ain't gonna meet his mom." In my reviews, she ain't meeting his mom. He don't want her to meet his mom. Every time she
Yeah.
said that, he doesn't give an answer. But people
Hmm.
fucking called me a hater. But it's just like, and it's like you see that now too, right? And Beyond the
Yeah.
Villa, when she's talking future plans, baby, baby, this, baby, that, he's just not saying
Yeah.
anything.
I know. It's so sad to watch. And it's like, he's
Yeah.
definitely doing that man thing that they do sometimes. So they're like, I'll just act cold and distant and she'll eventually break up with me, right? Like, I'm not giving her what she wants. She'll break up with me. I don't have to feel guilty.
She'll pick up
It'll,
on the signs. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, like, he thought if he just kept cold and distant for so long, eventually she would grow tired of it, I think. I don't know if he ever would have had the balls to actually break up with her. I think he would have kept getting worse and worse and worse until she finally threw in the towel.
Or the part where she was like, oh, like him having an apartment in New York and in Dallas is like
Mhm.
makes our future like whatever she said, like
Yeah.
like who knows what our future holds because of this. And even that, right, like doesn't seem like he has any plans on moving in. And I mean, but when you think about the perspective of like it's a year, like is that
Well,
too soon? In normal world, that is too soon to move in with
mhm,
somebody. Like
true.
um
I did see Leah did an interview with, I think it's Tommy Daddario. I can't remember the name of the podcast. The one I shared a clip of on my Instagram. And I was going to share another clip, but it's a pretty short interview. But she does say that Janae still lives in Las Vegas. She doesn't want to live in LA. And so they lived in LA to film the show for 2 months. So Leah was like, I was so excited for us all to be together in LA. And we knew it was going to be temporary. And then we're all going back to like our places. So Janae went back to Vegas and he went back to Dallas, New York. So it's like, I don't know what their plan was. Like, because Leah said Janae doesn't want to live in LA, which I always thought she did. Like, I thought she was living there. So is she not living there?
I guess not. Yeah, even on the
I
show
don't
she
know.
was
And
living in Vegas.
yeah, so I'm just
But
like,
it
was
seems like
she
she's
wanting?
willing to relocate to where he's at. Like she's willing
Hmm.
to relocate to Dallas or to New York.
Yeah,
But even
see,
if you relocate to Dallas and then he's off to New York so often that it's
mhm.
still like you're having a long distance relationship.
Well, what that would have been the red flag for me if he was acting as though like we're just not ready to live together. Because I would have said, well, let's get an apartment together in New York, but you could still go to Dallas. So we're not going to be together all the time. When you're in New York, we'll be together, and then when you're in Dallas, we're not together. Like they had that opportunity to live together, sort of, but not like all the time, right? And he wouldn't take
Opportunity
it.
to live together in LA for literally only 2 months and he couldn't even do
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Even when I said that was where people lit me up. I said it in my review. I was like, nobody thinks that that's strange. No, he wants his space and she has a playhouse. She has this. And like, okay, you can't say anything about Golden Boy Kenny, but now you can. So it's like
Hmm.
the fact that you didn't like Juan Kenny is the biggest red flag in the world. Like the fact that you didn't like a dog
Hmm.
equals
Well, that's why I'm gonna just say it loud and proud that I'm not really an Ollie fan yet, and I don't care that they're having a baby or getting engaged because yeah, if you see red flags,
period.
you see red flags, and
Period. Don't never scared of these
right.
hoes.
So
Period.
come back here in 5 years, and when they're getting
Yeah,
divorced,
talk to
we'll be
me.
like,
Yeah. No, I'm just
well,
kidding.
that's
No,
the thing.
people
Just
didn't
being
like Ollie on his season though, but I did.
no.
I don't remember him being problematic on his season. I know people are like, "Oh, he's faking, he's this, he's that." I don't get that though.
Mhm. I don't I don't think that he's fake. I don't know because I mean he literally said on Perfect Match, the start of the episode, I just came here to get to the finish line, not have any feelings. But you just came from Love is Blind. Like, aren't you like real serious about finding marriage and a woman? Like, why would you come to the show with no feelings, just going to the finish line? Like, that doesn't add up to me.
Maybe that's how you got to go into stuff, because you went into Love is Blind for a marriage and you came out with nothing. Then you went into
Mhm.
this thinking you're not going to find nothing. And you came out with a wife and a baby.
Yeah, that's true. I know it's so hard because it's yeah. I like AD. I know we've had our issues, like with the whole. It's a long story. You gotta watch all of our podcasts to find out. But I want her to have a happy ending. You do too. We
Same.
all do, and I
Yeah,
want it to be
absolutely.
good. But I'm just saying, when we see red flags, just because a couple is beloved, we're not gonna refrain from saying it now after Kenny. Kenny has been the lesson that we can, it's okay to say something looks, I'm not sure about it, right? So,
Yeah, well,
but
at the very least, we don't like the banter.
yeah,
Maybe it's our American, it's not clicking, like, but the banter is not funny.
no.
So, but yeah, I think Kenny, I don't know. In this episode, I it just I'm I'm looking at everything, right? Like I'm looking at how
Uh-huh.
he interacts with Cordell, how he interacts with Serena. Because if you don't like black people, sir, these are black people, and I'm seeing the handshakes, which are clearly like rooted in
Hmm.
black culture. Like so, I'm just watching everything, like how he's talking to Serena, how he's talking to Cordell, how he's interacting with the group, how he's talking about the dog, how he's looking at Janae. Like I was so like focused on him. I don't even freaking remember what the hell happened in the rest of the episode. I
No.
know Leah had some health scares, which is really sad, and I think obviously we know she's okay now,
Yeah.
or do we know that? Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
she's okay now. Yeah, I love seeing them together, PPG, and then also
Love
the
seeing them together. What do you think
yeah.
about Kendall not getting invited to the skating rink and him being kind of butthurt about it and then calling out like, "Oh, it's us versus them, PPG versus us." Or
I'm not feeling Kendall. The whole like what did you think about when he was I can't was this when he was talking to his sister, I think, and then they had that big like I don't know. They were talking about like all he was acting like he had like PTSD from like what happened with Nicole, right? And I'm like, I don't feel like she did anything that bad to him, did she? Like the whole video thing had nothing to do with her. She didn't like that video, but that was kind of the way he was like making it sound. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, he was making it sound along the lines of like she betrayed his trust in some
uh-huh.
way, shape, or form. And I
Yeah,
was confused about that too, because I was like, I don't know what Nicole did to betray his trust. I know that I think people were upset. I don't remember because my memory is awful, but weren't people upset at the because she's the one who brought the video up at the reunion, and
yeah,
they thought that if anyone should have brought it up or brought it to light to talk about publicly, it should have been Kendall. So I
yeah,
think that was maybe that's the portrayal that he felt like, damn, you
yeah.
brought that up on TV and forced me to talk about it when I was visibly trying not to talk about it. And
Uh-huh.
but
Yeah,
if
maybe
that's a
that's what he
massive
meant.
part of their breakup and that video is why they broke up, I can see why she felt the need to bring it up. I don't remember my thoughts on it, but I know I made a video on it and I remember I could see both sides, but also I do think that her bringing it up in that moment, if he didn't want to talk about it, wasn't the place to do it because it was so
Yeah,
deeply personal. So maybe that's what he means by betrayal. But I
yeah,
mean, her having an issue with the video, I think anybody would have an issue with that, especially if this
yeah.
guy's telling you, I love you and all of these things.
Yeah, it was a very complicated situation. So
Yeah.
I yeah, I don't know. I think I'm looking at him differently now too. We talked about this whole thing, that controversy that happened right after the season ended last season, where he was accused of like kicking some black women out of his VIP section, and it was him and Kenny, but only Kendall got blamed for it because Kenny was with Janae. So we were all like, it could not be Kenny. He's that's not about him. It was Kendall's fault. And now I'm like, yeah, and I'm just looking at them all differently now, which is like maybe not fair, but I definitely am like that was Kenny and Kendall being shady together at that VIP thing is what I think now.
Yep.
So,
100%. 100%. I know a
mhm.
lot of people are assuming that, because Kenny and Kendall were so close that maybe Kendall knew more. But I don't think that's
Mhm.
fair to put on him because we don't have any proof of that. But
Yeah.
um
I do find it interesting though, like none of all the girls obviously came out in support of Janae and made statements, but none of the men did, which I thought was they did unfollow him, but none of them made a post like condemning Kenny in any way. And I do wonder if it's like a mutual thing where I don't think any of them have views like Kenny, but they obviously probably did share a lot of secrets together and they probably know a lot of things about each other. I think they just don't even want to get involved because
Yeah.
they're like, if we
Don't
start
start throwing
throwing,
motherfuckers under the bus because then he might
yeah,
know that you cheated on your bitch and then you go you in a line of fire too, so just shut the fuck up.
or like any of the chats they had as like a group of just men on the island, right? Like I can't even imagine. Like I wouldn't be shocked. I didn't really ever feel like Kendall and Nicole were a real relationship. I didn't really get that from them. So
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if Kenny and Kendall had the same mindset in that villa of like just for clout. And I don't think they really wanted to go long term with these girls. So
And I
I
think
think
that it's
Kenny
so
has
funny
Kendall's
that
secrets.
Kendall keeps like he got a lot of backlash during his season for not liking black women and being a colorist and all of these things, and people were saying he didn't like black women and he's just harping on this one date that he had with this black girl. It's
Right.
just like he just wants everybody to know he went on a date with her with Alana. Like he just wants everybody to know. Like I'm like, okay, Kendall,
Right.
we get it.
I thought that was
You
just
like
like
black girls, we get it.
or just you like girls in general because he does get I don't I would never. I'm not accusing him of that, but we've seen a lot of
Period. I mean,
yeah.
that's a solid point, actually, because I think a lot of people thought otherwise, mm, because of
Yeah,
the
there was
video.
commentary. Yeah, a lot of comments that I see were like, I don't think Kendall likes women, which, you can't speculate on that. Or you can like men and women. We don't know what he likes. So I think he's
Yeah,
just making a point to be like, I'm dating women, so stop talking about it. So that's what I'm gathering from
yeah,
it. So
yeah. Okay. His sister, were
yes.
those tattoos on her face?
I don't know,
Were
because
those
she's like an
permanent?
artist, right?
Yeah, I didn't know if they were permanent. I thought they were cool, but I didn't know if they were
Yeah.
permanent.
I was so confused for a minute because I think I saw a post where it was like, what's his last name? Washington. It was like the Washingtons. And for a second I was like, wait a minute, he got married? Like I thought that was his wife. I'm like, no, 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 sister, sister.
Yeah,
So I
yeah,
got
yeah,
I got confused for a second. But yeah, that it was nice to see like some of their families on there. There's nothing wrong with Kendall. Like I said, I'm just side-eyeing everybody that hangs out with Kenny now. So, but we can't do that because
no, it's
obviously,
fair. It's fair.
yeah,
Me too. I'm like all my if if Miguel and Cordell like let us down, I literally just don't know what
they
I would do.
can't. They
I
can't
just
now.
don't know.
They're
I would
marrying
give
these girls. They're having 5 children. I don't care if they're faking it. They're going all the way. Like I'm
yeah,
not dealing
I
with
don't
another
even know
faking
what I would do with
story.
my life, to be
No,
honest, if Miguel and Kendall let us down.
that would be the duping of all dupes, and I'm
Yeah.
not. No, we
You
can't
you
take it.
have like you guys have so much riding on your back, you have no idea. So don't
That's so
disappoint
much
us.
pressure, though. Like not that they're faking it or anything, but just so much pressure to not break up because yeah, we are all just loving them so much. But I don't see any of them breaking up.
What
They
did you
seem solid.
think of Serena's sharing that she suffers from like major anxiety and
Yeah,
how like
that's
obviously the fame and stuff has like made it 10 times worse and how Cordell wakes up early
I
to
know.
anticipate her
That's so
excitement.
sweet. I was gonna say I love that she has Cordell like to help her through that because obviously it's something a lot of people struggle with. I think that's super relatable, and it's so sweet that he's so understanding and helpful. And yeah, they're just so cute together. We never would have seen it coming like at the start of their season, and I love like what they are now. It's just so cool to see.
So cute. What did you think of Kenny not liking Juan?
Red flag. I mean, huge red flag. I was like, pick up that damn dog at the park because he was like, I'll pick him up later, and I was like, that's a very big red flag. I don't know. Just
Did you think he was faking when he looked right in the camera and was like, and then now I'm falling in love with him?
yeah, it's hard to say too because they obviously need storylines for this show. They don't got a lot to work with because most of the people are so happy. So I could definitely see that maybe he's fine with dogs, and they were kind of like act like you don't like him at first. So I don't know. I don't put too much stock into that, but it's a little bit red flag. Like the dog was cute. Just pick up the dog.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it was. I know he needs to focus on he at that time he should have been focusing on moving in with Janae and that. They don't need dog fostering. They got big enough problems. But now we saw it's gone anyway. So
What about Liv and Kayla's conversation? And Kayla was kind of telling her that she met Torin and Torin's Caleb's friend and Caleb has an issue with it. And Liv was kind of like being like, what the fuck in her
yeah.
confessional, but like
Mm-hmm.
wasn't saying what the fuck
Shady.
in Kayla's face. And that's the shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, we've been saying from the start of this series that Liv is a little bit of a hater friend, and that's what this scene was giving. Because I would have been like, if that was my friend, I would be like, what? This guy, Caleb, like made out with her at what? At like Coachella. And then at Stagecoach, he ignored her and tried to booty call her. Who cares if she hooks up with his friend? Shouldn't owe him nothing. I would have been like,
Right.
block him. Like, who
Yeah.
cares? Do your
Yeah.
thing. You like Torin, go with Torin. Like, you owe that guy nothing. You didn't
Yeah.
date
Which
him.
is surprising because I really did think we were going to get an Aaron Kaler hookup at least.
Well, I think
But
Aaron thought so too, if you
yeah,
saw the scenes.
we are going to see in next week's episode that like Kaler's gonna be like, oh, that was last season or last summer or whatever, and Aaron's gonna drop a bomb. Allegedly, we don't know because the previews could be
Yeah.
manipulated to look like they're talking about something, but that she tried to hook up
Yeah.
and then bring a boy in his face
Mm.
a week later.
I know. I feel bad if Aaron like really thought they were it does seem like he thought they were gonna get back together or something was gonna
On the
happen.
verge,
But
maybe like building a friendship in hopes that it would get to that
yeah,
point. What it seemed like to me.
yeah, like, he does seem a little hurt. But I mean, Kaylor's still with this touring guy, but it's only been 2 months, so who knows? But
Okay.
seems legit so far. So when they said he looks like, I thought they were gonna say Harry Jowsey because he looks like a young Harry Jowsey. He doesn't really look like Aaron to me. Do you think they look the same?
You know, when they put that picture up, yes, I was like,
Yeah.
oh, okay.
They're kind of similar, blonde guys, but
Yeah.
well, and Kayla had her kidney stones. Is that the only thing else that happened? I've
Okay.
heard those are like more painful than childbirth. I don't know if that's true,
I
but I'm
don't know.
like,
I've never had
poor
one,
girl.
and I pray
No,
don't
me
have
either.
one.
No, I've heard that it's really bad, or maybe that's gallbladder. I can't remember, but doesn't sound like a good time. So with Torin now, so we'll see how that goes down next episode. So come back for our perfect match. I don't know how many episodes we'll do next time, but at least a couple. We might
Yeah.
spread it out longer because we don't get new ones for like a week now. So we still got a
Give
lot of
you guys
time.
some time to watch it over the weekend. So
Yeah. But yeah, loving it so far. Let us know what you guys are thinking, who you think's going to end up matching, and how these current matches are going to go. And yeah, we'll be back with that. Our Bravo days. We got a fun interview coming this week and lots of good stuff. So stay tuned.
stay tuned. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.